Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at this guy right here. This is the SuperMix 5. This is the successor to the SuperMix 4, which was an incredible in-ear. So this one, they took out a driver and they put in a bone conductor driver, and then they added a different driver. So you can see on there, go on the back, there's a nice look at the chart right there. Spec-wise, we're talking about one bone conduction, one dynamic driver, two balanced armatures, and one microplanar driver in here. The dynamic driver is a DLC, flexible surround low frequency driver. The impedance is 19 ohms, sensitivity 120 decibels. Frequency response 20 to 20K effective, but the actual frequency response is 8 hertz to 40 kilohertz. It is a 0.78 millimeter 2-pin connector, precision 3D printed housing. It's kind of 3D printed housing, but on the back it's like that medical grade, like soft stuff, so pretty cool. Very comfortable in my ears, even though it is a little on the chunkier side. Inside the box, you will get the pair of SuperMix 5s, the cable, which is modular. You get a 3.5 millimeter adapter and a 4.4 millimeter adapter, so you have single-ended and balanced. You get 6 types of ear tips. There's 2 different kinds and 3 different sizes in there. And you get this nice case as well. So this is the case here, and you can see I got the 3.5 in there, and it's got a little cable connector. And these are the other tips. I have the red ones on it right now. Nice magnetic case, very similar to the EA's, only that one's all black. To take this off, you just simply unscrew this here and then just pull it off, and then you take the other one, line it up, and then put it back on, and then you can just screw it back in place. So it's fairly easy to change the cable. It is a really nice cable. It is silver Litz. Just really nice. A little stiff, but it's reasonably soft. It's not overly stiff. The shape of these, very ergonomic shaped. Taking the red off there, you can see that the nozzle is fairly wide. It's a fairly wide nozzle, not the longest of nozzles, but fairly wide. And just let me put that back on there. So you got this nice kind of flat right here, so it's not going to attract a lot of fingerprints. And you got an M and an S in gold right there, as well as a little dot underneath. And just overall nice shape. Now I found that these fit my ear nice and snug. I think maybe littler ears, maybe not as comfortable. As for the isolation, because of the snugness and the stock tips, isolation was very good. I couldn't hear a lot of things, so it has some good passive isolation there. It has a little bit of that ting-ting from the bone conductor. What do we think about the sound on this? That's the important thing. Now, it's more of a kind of a Harman tuning. It does have some neutral qualities to it. There's a nice bass boost. It doesn't incredibly interfere with anything. It's just overall just a really nice, well-textured kind of really just detailed kind of bass. This is far from bass head. This is far from typical V-shaped tuning. No matter what equipment you use, I use it on this, which is extremely neutral, and I use it on this, and plus hi-fi stuff. And it just sounded really good. What you're getting is some really fast bass that's well textured. It's got a decent enough impact. The bass is definitely not the focus here. Get into a mid-range. The mid-range on this just sounds fantastic. I think that the mid-range on this is very clear. The bass bleed is like non-existent. So it's extremely clear, clean, mid-range. Definitely not shouty or harsh in any way whatsoever. I think that the mid-range in general has a decent kind of almost a neutrality to it. There's nice details there. I think the 4 was a little bit more of the super kind of technical wonder, where this one is just kind of a mix of technical, kind of a mix of smooth and enjoying. Treble on this has a nice extension. It sounds natural, but it's not incredibly airy or sparkly. It's just really, really well controlled. Definitely far from like a safe tuning, even though it is, overall safe. It's definitely has enough energy there. There's enough sparkle there. Hi-hats and cymbals, they sound so natural. Just overall, just a really good quality up the line from the bass to that. A lot of bass heads, they're going to not want this one. They're going to want more bass. You would think with the bone conduction that it would have had a lot more bass. And while it does have good sub bass and decent mid bass, overall it's far from a bass head, and it's definitely far from a treble head. Now the vocals are very, very good. They're surprisingly good, and when we get into the sound stage on this and the technicals on this are really, really good. I think that it has a really good sound stage, and I think this is a nice wide sound stage with very good depth and very good accuracy, and also very good overall in the imaging. Could you use this for gaming? Yes, you could definitely use this for gaming, but the bass, some people want a little bit more bass. I think that the bass on this works perfectly for speed metal, listening to like Lamb of God or something like that. Sounded really, really good. The double bass and everything, because it's not going to be overpowering your ears, and it has excellent speed. The new Megadeth album sounded really, really good on this. Just in general, just a really well-made, nice sounding. A bit different, but it is still fairly in the same ballpark as the 4. Similar tuning overall, just a little differences here and there. I think that the 4 was a little bit more technical, a little brighter. So do I like this? Yes, I definitely do like this. I'm going to be using this a lot more. And that's about it. I mean, that's basically all we can say about this. Is I think it's very, very good. I think it deserves to be in my favorites, but I'm going to have to put this head to head with my 4, and I'll do another video on that, and I will get back and forth to which one I like better, the 4 or this one, because there is a little bit different configuration going on here. Obviously there's one more driver, but they've taken out one driver and replaced it with a different kind of driver with this. So overall, just a really good hybrid set. If you're looking for something that's kind of neutral with a harmonish kind of tuning overall, and bass emphasis is mild, treble extension is well controlled, well reeled in to a point. It doesn't have super energy going on to the treble, and overall it's just something you could just listen to every day. I think no matter what music you're listening to, I think this would work out pretty well for a lot of different types of music, especially if you want to do it like a long listening thing. So anyway, coming up on the 10-minute mark, I just wanted to let you know about this in-ear. We did the unboxing, which I might end up releasing at the same time as I release this video. I don't know, because I got a lot of stuff to cover. We got a lot of things coming in. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.